Hopefully you can hear us. Hopefully. Let me know if you can hear me alright. Give me a 1 if you can hear us. All good. I can see Steve. I can see Andrew. You can hear me now. All clear. So, welcome Tom as well. I don't know how much of this is going to work. So I've been trying to do it through Streamlabs and it's not working at all. As you might have seen on my original stream. So we're going to... I've just basically flicked over to OBS. And I'm hopefully going to be able to do it through here. That is the goal. If it starts lagging, then I'm a bit stuffed. So we'll find out as we go through. I'll have to keep a look on the frames that I drop. But if not, we'll be back on F1 Clash sooner than you say later. I know. Welcome TMD as well. So let's give this a go. Fingers crossed. And Obi's in the chat. At least we can't get any bad rewards. But we could crash, which could make Obi absolutely love it. So, as long as you can hear me, yeah, we're back for the Williams stream then. And look at the standings so far. The standings are looking pretty good. I mean, we're going to have to build back into this, but we're P1 at the minute. Obi, there's no sprints. That's why. We're just going to chill on some F1 Manager for a bit. That is why. Drivers, Lance Stroll is clear. 106 points so far. So that is looking pretty tasty indeed. Max Verstappen there in P2. Theo in P3. So yeah, we know our pit stops are absolutely dreadful. So yeah, we'll worry about that when it gets to it. So let's get back into this. Let's start putting... I mean, this feels so wrong. What we do is we do just use the poor parts. And we are making Stroll a champion, yes. That was our aim for the season. So we're just going to put our rubbish parts on first of all. For practice session. And then I need to go and find my setups out as well. Car 2. Let's get that engine off. For practice. Stroll was smashing it back in the day. He was indeed. So let's just flick this round. 2%, I won't use that. Okay, so do I have any aero that I can put on? So, chassis, no. Front wing, no. I can't remember where I left off with this at all. Side pods are on. Underfloor is good. And suspension is good. So everything's pretty smart. Looks like we're upgrading a chassis, front ring and suspension. Which is interesting. And this was our pretty much last season because Theo is, yeah, got a contract and everyone's contract's up. This is our last season that we are planning to do. So, let's continue through and let's get straight into some races basically because I don't know if it's gonna basically work anyway. So, let's find out. So, got low stock on a rear wing. Moving team. But I don't know, Gary. I was kind of hoping to lead this into the new 2024 season. But, I mean, I could do. I could let all these go redundant and then pick them up for a free. That sounds quite a good idea. But hopefully it doesn't lag. We're a little bit more stable. Nishant, welcome. Welcome along. Nice to see some of you here for this. And obviously I'll load my setups up. So I'm ready to go on that. Everything's pretty poor, we know that. Okay, so we're at Qatar. And Qatar's always a mad one because it's got a sprint race in it as well. So qualifying position, both cars in the top 4. Q3 will reach with both cars as well. Don't really need the money. We've got 25 mil in the bank. We'll go for a fastest lap as well for what it's worth. Qualifying streak is on. And Qatar. We've never won round Qatar, believe it or not. And we've never made a proper stream of this.
Calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend. for the Qatar Grand Prix. Lusail International Circuit is a speed demon.
Please let me know if
Fast
the
and
sound
flowing
is
with a long
absolutely
main
are.
straight. One that's sure to see.
Well, we're going to
plenty of
find out,
overtaking action.
Peter. That's for sure. We're going to find out if it works. If it starts dropping, we'll suddenly know about it. So we know what I need to... I've got my old setups already, so I can just literally put them on. And we can skip through to qualifying. I've got to pick this up because I don't know quite what I'm doing again, which is annoying. Blame F1 Clash for not releasing sprints, otherwise I wouldn't have to learn it again. So let's go that one, and let's go 9. Right, so let's simulate the session. We've got rubbish parts on, so we know we're going to be pretty poor when it comes to the parts. And the speed, Theo taking P1 in practice session, Lance Stroll in P9. That's not too bad. Little bit of acclimatised. We're still not dropping. We're not dropping frames at the minute. This is nice. This is nice.
It's time to determine.
So qualifying for the sprint then. We've got to put our good parts back on. It's working well. That's good, Andrew. That's what we want to see. So in the sprint, Qatar, pretty quick circuit. We need low speed and high speed. We're not great on low speed. I'm going to take my newer engine. As long as the sound's good, keep me updated. That is exactly what we want to know. Any lag, anything like that, let me know. So, this is going to be an interesting race. So, for some of you that don't know, in the sprint, soft tyres do not last. Mediums last better, but they're slower. So, could be a real cat and mouse for this one. Right, so let's get into it. That is the soft tyres. Let's go. Qualifying time. So we've got a low rubber track. This is where it's going to start lagging if it does. So let's send Danny Rick round and let's let the track rubber in a little bit. Hopefully we'll only need one lap to be able to get through nicely here. Now when you do watch my videos on YouTube, I do end up cutting a lot of this out, so you're going to have to stick with me for it. So we've got high grip already. We've got George Russell. We've got Vershaw in the hat, by the way. And just so you can have a look at some of the teams here. So we've got George Russell in a Ferrari. We've got Vershaw in a Haas. Albon is at Aston Martin. We've got Yuki there in Alpine, I think it is. Leclerc is at Red Bull. Magnussen there as well. Danny Rick. Zhou Guan Yu is at Aston Martin. Norris is at Ferrari. Ocon and Gasly, both there. We've got Stroll and Theo. Piastri, Giovinazzi and Nick de Vries. Quite a few little difference of cars in this one. So, should we get some laps on the board? In the Golf livery, my favourite livery out there. And here we go. Hopefully, we're looking good on here stream. Hopefully, we're not going to be dropping anything. And let's get at it. Let's get at it. We're back for qualifying on F1 Manager. Let's skip through until he starts his lap. Porsche and Stroll. Here we go. Q1. Let's see what work we've got. And see if we can pick up where we left off. Into turn 1 for Stroll. Porsche not too far behind. And we're going to watch these sector times down here. And we've got a yellow flag and a red flag. I mean, there's nothing like starting out again, is there? What has happened?
It was the Williams
Oh
driver
no!
we see there.
Oh, you mop it. We've only just started, Theo.
With a nasty crash into the barrier. And how will this affect their chances?
I haven't
heading
played for
towards
months.
the Grand Prix, I wonder?
And you go and bin it.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start.
I can't believe it. We've only just got back to the game and Theo's binned it in the wall. Oh, no. Welcome, Keith. Oh, great. So, Theo is out. That's slightly annoying. Porsche poops it again. Absolutely does. That's a bit of a predicament now, then. Everybody going out again. A little bit of a rush on. I mean, Obi, that is the equivalent of getting a bad reward, you know. By Theo starting from the back of the grid. We've got a car just coming out the pits. And hopefully we need a good time. We need a good time in Qatar. Sector 1, purple. That's what we needed. Another car in the way. Come on. I like it, Obi. Come on, Stroll. Deliver. Middle sector, purple as well. Gotta be through here. We need this time. Oh, boom. Boom.
P1. Cool
That
as much as you can.
should see us through.
Yeah, okay.
3 tenths quicker than George Russell. Theo Porsche, the one that's absolutely cost us. Big time. Overall. But it looks like we're all good. Oh, that was annoying, wasn't it? Annoying. The yellow flag out there now as well. But that looks like it has ended. It was for sure running wide.
Right, so this was the 4th corner. Just a bit too wide at that point.
You know, on his travels. So, Porsche wrecks our qualifying. We got to see what sort of race we can do with from him in the sprint. P3 Haas are strong, Obi. Honestly, Haas are strong. And everyone, if you are watching at this point, make sure you're up to state in case the stream has dropped back a little bit. Make sure you're live. So, slower time, not too bad. Shouldn't need them. I mean, Porsche, we've got to put stuff on the car. Interestingly. Porsche is absolutely flying. Now, the thing is I'll do here is I'll probably take some new parts for Porsche in this race. I'm going to take a new gearbox. He's been really good in the past, though. I'm going to take a new ERS as well while I'm at the back. These will come into a penalty in the race. Engine. Let's take a new engine as well. We're going all in. We might as well take the penalties. Yeah, all good, Andrew. I thought you might be. Okay, so Porsche is out. And now we go into Q2. We know we've got the pace in the car. Prince Neil, welcome. Yes, big racing at the weekend from the British GP, absolutely. Okay, so let's let this track rubber in a little bit.
Green light, green light.
15 cars take to the track. Or 16 if I can count properly. So let's let this circuit rubber back in a little bit and then we will send ourselves on the way. Magnussen currently P1. O'Connor's up there as well. Time's starting to tumble. Let's go out. And let's get Stroll on the board then. Sort of time can we do with Stroll? Can it be a one-run wonder? 1:24.2, Charles Leclerc in the Red Bull, as we've got a Ferrari ahead of us who moves out of the way of George Russell. And now, it's all about, can we put the times in? What a view that is, by the way. Jesus. That'll test the stream's capability out, that's for sure. Come on. Imagine if you had the F1 Clash view of this. We're purple in the first. We're purple in the second. This is looking good. As we come round the final corner, down the straight, Lance Stroll. Goes. Oh, 4 tenths quicker.
Currently P1.
4
Cool
tenths.
the engine. Yeah.
Stroll flying out there. Absolutely in a world of his own. Obi is not happy with that. He's praying for the bad results. You're going to have to watch Theo come through the field. That is going to be an interesting one to watch later on. But look at that. Leclerc, just as the grip comes in, just getting closer. Leclerc and Verstappen. So, let's take a look. Who goes out? Bottas in the Mercedes, Ricciardo, Alex Albon for sure with the penalty, and Zhou Guan Yu. So, we're on to Q3 then. Q3 time. Stroll is a beast on this game. He is a beast. So, we're going to get a lap in early here.
2, 1, should be green.
We're going to get a lap in early. Hopefully no traffic. There's a fair few cars coming out of the pits though. That could scupper our chances, but I think we've got enough of a gap. Mark, David, welcome. Eri, welcome along as well. Different kind of stream. We're chilling with something a little bit different. Come on. We need some good sectors times. Now, we're not going to obviously know it is purple at the moment. We've had the great speed so far. Qatar area, nice. Oh, there's some cars in the way, but we get past. But Stroll's going to set the benchmark in Qatar. For the rest to follow as we go into the final corner, chasing down the Ferrari, getting a little bit of DRS slipstream, and across the line, it is a 1:23.6 for Lance Stroll.
Run switch cool and box.
On his mission for glory, Norris goes 3 tenths off, Russell 4 tenths. Let's get some new softs ready to go. No one's going to come close. At the moment, Stroll leading the way by some speed. And then 3 minutes to go. We're going to get stopped behind that Haas. Oh no, this could be bad. We're quite close. Hopefully they break out a bit, but I don't think it will. Oh, Stroll's just got lucky. Had to let someone through. So, the final lap of qualifying is now. Let's go on board with Stroll, who's got a car ahead of him in the Alpine. Dirty air. Oh, just holds off a little bit through there as well. Had to lift. And that could see us not go perfect. Yellow first sector. Our closest battle, Verstappen, is P2. And I don't think we're going to be improving this time. That lift in sector 1 is going to cost us massively. Such a fast circuit. Verstappen gets within 2 tenths. Leclerc can only manage 3rd. And down the straight, we're not going to improve. It is a 1:23.6. Let's see if we hold on. And we do. Verstappen finished. Everyone's finished. We will take a pole going into the sprint race. However, Theo Pourchaire is from the back. Yes, Lance Stroll, we are making a world champion. And this is the start of it. So, let's simulate practice. Theo is going to be quick, by the way, from the back. It's going to have to be a champion's drive. Potentially, look at that. He's up there on the hards now. But a big penalty to come. So, we're ready. Pourchaire's... Oh, he should have been at the front. For the constructors, we need him at the front.
Themselves up for today's sprint, the results of which...
Come on. Come on. Sprint time, baby. So this is the problem I've got for anyone that has not raced Qatar on F1 Manager before. Soft tyres do not last to the end. But they are going to be so much quicker at the start. However, at the end of the sprint race, mediums are going to be so much quicker. So you either take some pain to begin with, or you take some pain at the end. Now, I like to go pain at the begin with, and try and hope that we can absolutely smash as far as we can through. Keep up, and then look after the tyres a little bit. We've never won round this circuit. Are we about to change that going forward? Hopefully we can. Why is that so bad? No idea. Okay, P1 and P20 at Qatar.
The sprint today sees the drivers tackle 19 laps.
We've got to get Porsche through.
We're ready for the sprint.
And here we
Here
go.
in Qatar.
Come on! I can't remember how to race these races, but we'll find a way.
And it's lights out.
Lights out.
And
away we go. Here we go. And it is a decent start from ourselves. We hold P1 through turns 1. Porsche, as we ride on board with him in P19 with the McLaren ahead. Let's keep pushing. And we've got to hope that we've got the pace to come through. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go overtake high aggression on Porsche. Verstappen looking already on the soft tyres. And there's a Ferrari coming in on the inside. Let's go on board with Leclerc to watch it. And already they are fighting each other. It's the Ferrari who's come through now. Into P2. Lando Norris. And this is where the mediums are going to struggle. This is what we said will happen. As down the straight we go. Look how quick that Ferrari is over us. We're still going to push, because you'll see the tyre difference start to come down. Porsche, still only P19 though. As he makes a move up the inside. P18. Porsche is coming through, ladies and gentlemen. And still, Norris is going to come past us at some point. Still, just bringing the gap up a little bit. 6 tenths to Norris. Just can't break that gap at all. To a second, nearly a second, but we've got no power unit left. Fastest lap for ourselves. And now we've got to just look after tyres and fuel. It's going to be later on in this race. Look at the tyres, ladies and gentlemen. This is why it's going to be drama at the end. This is always the way. Norris is closing. On lap 3. Verstappen just falling out of reach. But Norris being held about 5 tenths currently. There's a chance that we can just keep this at bay. We're pretty quick. There is Porsche trying to get past. Let's deploy down the straight for him. See if we can get a move. DRS will open. We move to the right hand side. Is Porsche going to make a move into turn 1? Is he? He's going all out. He's not going to make it. Stays in P17. No, that's not what we needed. And Stroll has lost the lead. Missed that one. Stroll has been overtaken by Norris. So we're already a deficit. But tyres well on our side. This is going to be a comeback race. And one for the strategists. Where is Porsche? Just dropped down again. Stroll just nearly a second out. Just keeping in. But our tyres are going to come with us. We've got to get some ERS back. 6 tenths now. Trying to bring it down. Still got 15 laps. Let's just move forward a little bit. We'll keep an eye on the gaps. 1 second. I'm okay with that. It's Verstappen that's now on our tail. Porsche's in a DRS train. An almighty DRS train. But these tyres are going to come to us pretty soon. Probably about 6 or 7 laps to go. We will see the tyres come into our own. Verstappen might get past. But we're playing the long game. As again, we just accelerate through the high-speed corners. It's the low-speed corners that we struggle on. And down the straight we will go. Verstappen moves to the right. And we're got good pace. Definitely got good pace in this car. Porsche is still stuck. And he's stuck behind a right train in P17. Just out of a second. Last lap. Lapped quicker than the cars around us. So we've got the pace. We just need to be patient. Let's look at the intervals. 7/10. Let's fast forward again. And let this gap come down. This is what you don't get to see. Pourchaire is flying. P15. For Theo, he's coming through. Exactly what we need. And I think the tyres are starting to struggle for the softs. Because Pourchaire has quickly got past then Danny Ricciardo at that point. And he's closing. Has he got DRS? He has. With the new engine, he is on a mission. And he's catching pretty quickly here. I think we've got... This is what Lando Norris should have done at the weekends. He should have gone to mediums. Because look at the pace now that Pourchaire has got. Big chance down the straight again. Verstappen is now out of a second with Stroll. Again, tyres very much in our hands. It's just a case of when do we push the pin? When do we pull the plug? As we're about to push Pourchaire past Zhou Guanyu. Final corner as we release out. DRS open. And that is going to be another move potentially. Or are we going to lose out again? No, it is our move. It is now P14. Theo is flying. Come on, Theo. Obi wants you to fail, but you're going to come through with all me. I can feel it. Now, Stroll under a second. Stroll is absolutely flying without pushing. And already 6/10 is the gap. The tyres are going off for the rivals. We've got a yellow flag out there. And that's quickly ended. As we just... Well, I mean, we shouldn't have probably done that. But George Russell went wide.
And that's where they slightly run off the track. And you really can't...
But here goes Lance Stroll into the lead. We're back ahead at Qatar. Looking for our first ever win here at Losail. Remember, this is only the sprint. There's a lot more to come still. And these tyres are definitely struggling for everybody. And look at that. Norris, he's gone. He can't keep with the pace. Norris over a second now away. And I tell you what, let's go aggressive. It's time for Pourchaire to step up. Let's go, Theo. You've got some moves to make to get yourself a better position as up the inside. Theo Pourchaire. And I think that's just going to give him DRS, but the speed is in our hands. We're up to P13. 1.6 seconds now, the gap out front. That is what we needed. Norris has moved ahead quite... Well, Norris has fell back. Our Stroll has moved ahead nicely. And he's got the fastest lap as well. Where can Pourchaire get to in this race, though? Let's go attack him. Let's turn up the pace. Strat 11. And let's do some damage, shall we? Let's have some fun. Come on, Theo. You had a bad moment in qualifying, but let's bring this back to the left-hand side. DRS is late on the brake, round the outside. Theo Pourchaire is into the top 12. And there's another move. The softs are going. We are up to P11. The soft tyres are not lasting here in Qatar like we said. And now we have some pace. And it is a lot of pace. We've got the Alfa Romeo in front of us of Nick de Vries. This should be a breeze past him. As we head down the final corner, down the straight. No ERS system to deploy. Who's going to be daring on the brakes? Here comes Theo. Not this time. No power unit system to have a go. But you can see the grip that we've got through the corners. as we're right on the back of his tail. Can we get ourselves into the top 10? Stroll leads from Norris on lap 14. And here's a great traction out of the corner. Can we get the move up the inside? Yes, we can. Eduardo, welcome. We are flying along with Pourchaire from the back of the grid into the top 10. And this could get even better because on lap 15, we're going to move to the right-hand side and we're going to move ourselves past into 9th. Beautiful move. And you can see everybody's tyres really starting to struggle. Our first win at Qatar is possible. And already we're catching ahead. Skip a little bit. Tyres are hot, but you know, we've been pushing pretty hard. Let's get that gap down if we can. And here we go. Pourchaire, lap 16. Stroll out front. Maybe not for much longer. Ocon in front of us as we come round the final corner. 3 laps to go. Can we move into the top 8 in the sprint race? Yes, we can. Beautiful move there by Theo. And the tyres, they're struggling out there. The pace of the Williams is real. 2 more cars ahead. Drogovic, Tsunoda. Is there going to be a chance for a move? We've got great pace. The tyres are struggling. They are. But 3 laps to go. Oh, we're going through to P7. Down the straight it is. We're a long way back as Drogovic cannot keep with us. And we're on the back of the Alpine. I tell you what, Pourchaire has had a wonderful race in the sprint. A Hamilton-esque performance so far, as we can see them in front going head to toe. I don't think we're going to catch anyone else. Looking at the lap times, we're about a second quicker than the cars ahead. But the question is, we're getting held up a little bit right now. Max Verstappen special performance, potentially. And Pourchaire is ahead of Yuki. 1 lap to go. 5.3 seconds out front of us from P5. And we're going to see that tumble, but Stroll is clear. He is well and truly clear. With the fastest lap as well. That gap is coming down for Pourchaire, but it's not going to be enough to get himself into the the top 5. But that gap is absolutely crumbling. Let's go. Welcome, Mike. The ERS is drained, but we have absolutely destroyed that time advantage that Russell had. But Lance Stroll has taken victory in the sprint.
The sprint winner today is Lance Stroll.
It's a first race win at Qatar
Lance Stroll, the
for
Canadian.
myself. And that is what the doctor ordered. Pourchaire is going to come home 2.9 seconds
Checker flag is out.
from P5. And bearing in mind, Pourchaire started back of the grid and he absolutely
It's a
went for it.
sprint win for Lance Stroll today.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was.
Come on.
Absolutely outstanding.
And Max Verstappen didn't finish P2, I don't think. It was Norris. So Verstappen loses a couple of points to Pourchaire. And now Pourchaire should have a decent start for the main race. It's like doing it
race
all over
day,
again.
And final preparations are underway.
Let's
Formula
sail.
One first came to
Qatar.
Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory.
This
and
one's
in
a bit
doing
more
so
difficult
cleaned
though. I
the
can't
sail
really remember
as
the
his
full
13th
strategy.
different Grand Prix winning circuit.
Pourchaire's
Now this should be
Flying.
an interesting race for
Obi.
Lance Stroll, wouldn't you say, Karim?
To be honest, I think they're exceeding expectations and impressing a lot of people with their
Williams domination, folks. Oh no, maybe the grid penalty. I thought we already had the grid penalty. Don't tell me he's going to put us back at the grid again. Oh my god, he's back to P20, Porsche. I thought he was going to start P6. Maybe we took too many penalties. Strategy-wise then. We know the softs don't last very much, but the hards don't even last that much either. So I think soft, or soft, medium, medium. Yeah, I must have took too many penalties. Probably being brave, and obviously I didn't have to. Let's go a bit longer with Porsche then at the start. Let's go to some hards. Let's run a medium, and let's be quick at the end. Let's go like that. And let's go bang on that. We'll go with that. Back again. We've got it all to do again. Obviously, he took his penalties into the main race as well. So, we did replace everything on his car. So, that is going to be why. 57 laps. Let's see how we do.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the excitement continues.
Yeah,
to build.
Gasly had the big penalty at the weekend at Silverstone.
Here in Lusail.
So, main race from Lusail, Qatar.
It's lights out and away we go.
Let's get on board with Norris, who's got a good start. Can we keep position, or are we going to lose it? Crashing queue and penalties gone to main race. Yeah, pretty much. Kevin. Indeed. But we've kept the lead off the start. Porsche's had a rough one. P19 battling with Carlos Sainz down there. But he's got into P18. And we are going to go on high overtake aggression to start with. And 17th for Porsche. Decent little start on the hard tyre, overtaking Danny Rick. Oh yeah, I get. Yeah, sorry, you're right. He started P20 in the sprint because he crashed out at P20, not because he got the penalty. Right, got ya. Yeah, I got a little bit confused on that one. It completely makes sense now, doesn't it? I completely forgot about the crash in qualifying. But we've started well. We've already pulled 1.7 seconds clear of Lando Norris, who is on the medium tyres. Bottas at the Mexico GP. Luckily, I don't have to pit for wets off a race start on this circuit, so we're absolutely good and clear on that one. But we are pulled clear, so that means we are going to just conserve nice and early. Now, Porsche is in a little bit of traffic, so I am going to just keep pushing and hold off on the tyres. Yeah, completely. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I just thought he qualified better than he did, clearly. But Stroll going around the final corner. It's time to top up with him. And Porsche is bang there as well. As we go on board, DRS now enabled. Select Dragon Boost. If only. So this is going to be for later in the race. So we're going to go down to balanced. We're going to look after the hard tyres. Long way to go. Still 2.5 seconds out front. We needed a bit more for Theo, clearly. He's got a long way to go. He's the only one on the hard tyres. So he's going to take a bit of pain in this race, first of all. But let's keep an eye on the gaps. 2.5 out front. We can top up. We don't want to put it on harvest. And we will keep an eye on how Porsche does, as Porsche has just got Gasly.
So here we go.
Down the straight. He's got pace, remember. We are a front-running car, so to be at the back of the grid, we should have the pace over these cars. And we're up to P16. Where? Let me know in the chat if you're watching. There's a good turnout, over 30 if you're watching. Do let me know what position do you think Theo Porsche is going to finish this race. I want to see who can get it right, because that's our main focus for the championship. We've got Red Bull 3rd and 4th at the moment, as we've got a yellow flag, and that is now gone. It was Verstappen running wide.
Let's have a look at the
Gary
action.
says
It's all at the
5th.
final corner.
Ooh, Max Verstappen going a little bit wide.
Fighting with the
7th, Peter says. Theo finished top 8. Andrew Emmanuel goes 7th. Challenge set. We need points over Red Bull for the constructors, though. 6th for Tom. Kimo P2. 4th for Mike. Some interesting moves. You've got a lot of faith. 1-2 says okay. Well, okay with that. I'll be happy with that one for sure. Easy because I win if he comes P1 to 8. But Stroll's clear, 3 seconds. Pourchaire, 6-7 tenths to Gasly. Keep an eye on the gaps. This is the best thing to do on F1 Manager, is just let them race. Keep an eye. And we're in a bit of a DRS train now. But we should have the pace to get through the Haas. But the Haas is pretty quick. Pourchaire had a penalty in this race as well. Stroll's checked out front, absolutely. Let's top up after this straight. New engine, new gearbox, new ERS. We can only just close the gap a little bit. Look how close these are. P7 all the way down to P16, pretty much in a DRS chain. Stroll hit the wall on lap 20. Don't tell me that. I tell you what, 5 seconds though is the gap out front. Watch this. I mean, we're okay on tyres. Watch this for an attack of a lap time. Oh, Jesus. Pourchaire want to sniff that gearbox anymore? We surely got to go past him here. Got to go past him off the back. Can we go to the left-hand side? He's left him enough space, unlike Max Verstappen. Round the outside, and it's up to P15. So great move. Pourchaire on that hard tyre. I think the soft's starting to struggle. And I tell you what, let's watch that again. That was a great move.
It was the Williams driver we see there. It's there
Round
for
the
taking.
outside. It's beautiful. And I tell you what, we thought Norris had checked out. Check out them lap times up front. 7 seconds now. 1 lap of pushing is all we need to get that gap up. Leclerc closing in. True, Andrew. So we crossed the line. We can cut that back down. New fastest lap. And just into context of our pace. Last lap time across the line was 2.1 seconds quicker than Lando Norris. That is how much quicker we are with Lance Stroll. As Pourchaire
Let's have a look at that.
is making his way through. Down the straight again, one of the best overtaking opportunities at Losail. And around the outside, he's liking that move. And who's with me that the Gulf livery is absolutely fantastic on this Williams car. One of the best liveries around. Absolutely beautiful. So we've got double Aston Martin ahead. P11 Bottas, P12, 13 are the Aston Martin cars now. So we've got to then find a way past. Only 11 laps though. And we've got to just... We're playing the long game. We should be very quick at the end. How far are we off the lead? 24 seconds. So only a net... What? Probably 16 seconds at the moment to P2. Which is not too bad. Get Drogovic. Where is he? P7 at the moment in the Haas. On mediums as well. De Vries is there in P9, running a good race. Look at Yuki in the Alpine in P5. So there's a few cars running decent here. Haas are good this season. If we go off memory off the previous races when we did the ones, Haas are good. And we've entered the pit window. I think it's only because Vaushaw got a penalty that he's that far back. As down the straight we go, lap 13. Got a pit stop incoming for Norris. Going to keep an eye on that gap though, 7.2. It is coming down as Pourchaire has just got Albon. 7.3, we're hanging in there. Now it starts to fall, yellow flag, but Ricciardo locking up. And it's on to the mediums then. Our pit crew, by the way, is terrible, just in case you wanted to know. And we're going to have a full push in lap. The gap has come down by about a second. True, Andrew. He can have a rough race, can our Theo sometimes, but he's into P11. Bottas has had a pit stop issue.
This one, Karun.
It's
Let's have a look.
Bottas who's pitting. And there we see the
Oh, no, that ain't good, is it? Wait until they see our pit times. They'll be laughing at us because that's the one thing I didn't understand at the start of the season. And yeah, Mercedes struggling in... Yeah, Mike. Been great, hasn't it, recently? The old F1 races, for sure. As the Williams car comes into the pits. Time for two sets of tyres. And let's see, we've got a slow pit stop, about 3.5 seconds. And how is this going to look? It's not bad for us. I know it's slow, but that's because we didn't train our crew years ago. But we're out and into P7. So we just got to ease these mediums in now. We'll get them up to speed. Porsche, not too far behind him. Yeah, season 1, 5 seconds. That's because I literally didn't even bother with it. I didn't understand it. Could do with getting past his Haas, though, of Drogovic very quickly. Great traction out the corner. And that is a move.
Okay.
Let's cut back down then.
Lance, we need to focus on the energy now.
Come on, Porsche. Yeah. We've just seen that move then. Let's attack. Let's push. We need to close the gap to the Aston Martin. There's a few cars in the pit as well. Drogovic is in. Albon's in. Down the straight. Closing on the Aston Martin all the time. Move to the right-hand side. Get in, Porsche. Up to P8. He is flying. Past Zhou Guanyu. And we are loving life. Don't want a safety car, Obi, no. Well, a Mercedes F1 fan, we'll be having a look at that, sure. Absolutely. Obi, probably be doing another live. Are you enjoying it, Obi? Or are you preferring F1 Clash and bad rewards, mate? But it's good to get back in the things here. And here we go on the McLaren of Ocon. Come on, Stroll. Oh, why have you not moved out there?
It's not going to be long now.
Got to go high overtaking aggression. Better. A little bit more different this is for sure. Hopefully you'll be here for the new season. The new game which starts in what? 2 weeks or so? Which is create a team as well. So we actually get our own team on the grid. Which will be nice. So Stroll still struggling to get past. This is not good. We've still got a good gap out front, but we wanted the Delta to be a little bit better than this. As into the last corner we go. Now we need a move. We are out of energy, but we move to the right, and we're passed into P5. So be able to stretch that again. And Porsche is doing quite nicely here. And already 6 tenths clear out front. Fastest lap goes to Russell with a 28.0. So we're going to extend. There's a few cars in the pits. We're up to P4, P5 now. And just watching out, we're going to get past Verstappen. I am going to extend with Porsche. Can I do a one-stop on this race? I don't think I need to. We've got a yellow flag. What has happened? Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda.
All good at this point.
We're following him.
That's not how
Oh!
to do it. And there's not much they can do about that now.
Yuki Tsunoda. He's off in the bin. And somehow he's still in P3. How did he not lose that many positions? We are going to be so much quicker at the end of this race. 10.5 seconds is the gap. Out front. Norris going long on them mediums. Yuki now pits, as you can imagine. And Leclerc is right behind. And not for much longer. Porsche settles for P4. We've got to get him into the pits. Let's get him in. Fresh set of mediums. Softs to finish the racing. We're doing good delta, because that means we are going to be quick. Is Norris going for a one-stop? Double hard Theo. Take the penalty at the end for no change of tyre, don't worry. Okay, so this is looking okay. We're going to get Theo into the pits. 8.2 seconds is the gap out front now, as Theo comes in. 3.6 is around our pit time, like we said. But where are we going to come out? As Leclerc sets a 27.2. Come on, boys. Hey, 3.2. Can't believe I'm proud of that. Jesus, look where we're falling down to. Oh my God, P17. I thought we were doing better than that. Oh my God. We've got a long way to go. We've offset though. That's what's good. Yeah, it probably will be a disqualification. Won't be a 10-second penalty, that's for sure. No, we've gone mediums. 6.5 seconds. I think Norris could be going for a one-stop. Another yellow flag. And that is an Alpine.
Right then, we can take a look now. And if we watch
Kevin!
madness, everything's all right here. Very heavy on the brakes. Now they did leave it very late.
Porsche has overtook him. So up to P16 Porsche goes. And we've got to get these mediums really working now. Down the straight we go with Porsche. Is there a move to the left-hand side? Round the outside is the favourite. Not this time. Soft tyres. I think Norris is going for a one-stop, you know. I think Norris is going one-stop. That's going to be interesting. He'll have to go medium hard, surely. Andrew. So 4 seconds. What are we lapping pace-wise here? We're doing 2.3 seconds a lap quicker. Yeah, Mike, everyone had to start diving out the way. Porsche's got Giovinazzi. And he's going for the McLaren as well. We've got pace. And because we've offset, we've got a lot of struggling cars around us as well. 2.9 now, chasing Norris down. 2 tenths to the McLaren. Jack Doohan's good. Probably not too sure, Mercedes F1 fan. Not massively knowing of exactly which one to go for. I know Theo Porsche is one of the best on the game in the later seasons. And so is Lance Stroll, very good. I imagine Doohan's quite good. Sophia would be an interesting one. But come on, Theo, you need to get past Gasly here. Moves to the left-hand side. We've got an Aston Martin ahead of us. Is it going to be making it stick? Yes, it is. And this Albon is struggling quite badly. If we can get the move. Stroll 1.8. Nice, Peter. Nice. Where can we get with Porsche? We've got to get past Albon. Norris is still going out there on their medium tyres. He is one-stopping, clearly, as here comes Porsche past Albon. The recovery drive still going. So, as Stroll closes down Norris, we'll go on board with that now. Here he goes. Norris is struggling now. It's 20% tyres for Norris. Is he not coming into pits? The McLaren don't know what tyre to go on to or something? He's definitely going a one-stop. Look at this traction that we've got out of the corners. Got a pit, and he does. Now we are into P1 net. Norris pit's got to be going for hard tyres surely here. And it is. So hard tyres on for Norris. Porsche battling away with for sure, who is just on the outside now. And P11 we get. So up to P11. Still a lot of work to do in this race. We're going to have a quick blast of some softs at the end as well. And that Norris could be an issue, you know. We'll have to keep an eye on his times. Let's see if we can get any more moves as we skip through a little bit. Where is Porsche? Just coming round the final few corners. Porsche's in a DRS train again. And he's going to go early. Oh, he is. He's going to get into the top 10. Can he get Bottas in the same straight? Moves to the left-hand side. Theo Pourchaire is a man on a mission. Into the top 10, 9th place. And we are not going to get these tyres to the end. We maybe should have gone for a one-stop. Norris, 21.5 from Stroll. Interesting here. And now Pourchaire can push. So, one more pit stop to do in this race. Norris is the danger. Pourchaire has still got to pit again. As we'll let them go round. Pourchaire has got some softs to put on. He's up to P7 then. Leclerc's in, Russell's in, Norris moves to third. It's still around 20 seconds. I mean, Pourchaire's going to be very quick. Can we keep this up? We're at a pit stop. Let's pit this lap. So we're going to attack. Got loads of fuel. And it's going to be another set of mediums. So we should get... It's going to be close with Norris. 20.8 is the gap. It's going to be very close on pit exit to them. And Stroll is now in. Come on, team. This is big. This is race winning big. Slow down the pit lane. Where is Norris? He's coming down the straight. Come on, team. Oh, it's a little bit slower. 3.5. Where's Norris? There he is.
Watch the pit exit line.
There is the Williams. And Norris is ahead. Norris has got us. But he's on the hard tyres. Pourchaire's going to be okay here. He's coming up to the pit window. Now surely Stroll can get back Norris, we can get Verstappen. But we're not going to push too much. For all of you who are saying where Pourchaire was going to finish, at the moment, he's going to drop around 37 seconds, P13 at the moment. So a lot of work to do as we close up now on Norris. Let's cut back down because we don't need to push too much just yet. And Pourchaire, last lap, doing a 28.5. And he's just got Drogovic into that first corner. So we're lapping the same as Leclerc. It's a lot slower than Norris though. And Norris is doing well on them hards. He's pulling a gap. But I think he's pushing. Got to be pushing. Because we're improving. Just over a second. Let's not push. He's going to get held up by Verstappen for the rest of this lap. Pourchaire's got to keep creating a gap. And we're going to start attacking now. And attacking with some tyres. Yeah, last stint came out. I think I need a bit of a miracle. I think I need something that's broken, that's for sure. We need Pourchaire to get a wiggle on. De Vries and Albon pit, that's good for us. So where are we now going to feed out? 37 seconds. P11 is where we are going to feed out with about a 12-lap sprint to the finish on soft tyres at full whack. Stroll still with about a second. We're charging everything we can. Under a second now. That's our benchmark. Drogovic pits from behind us too. Russell is absolutely flying. We expect him to get Pourchaire, of course. Norris within 5 tenths now of a hard tyre. Verstappen probably going to the end. So come on, it's race time now. I think Norris is going to get Verstappen here. And we're still just looking after our tyres a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll just use some fuel at this point. But surely we're going to go on to the back seat. The Ferrari and the Red Bull going into turn 1. Norris has got him. Norris is back into the lead of this race. And Porsche is keeping George Russell behind. We've got softs coming up for Porsche. And a very quick set of laps to come. Piastri pits. The gap, about 37 seconds. P9 now. So that's getting even better for Porsche. Probably do one more lap with him, and then we'll come in for some softs. This is a big move. And I don't think we're going to get out. There's a car coming out of the pits that's going to slow us all up. And it's a freeway battle for the lead. We've got the tyres, we've got the fuel, we've got the ERS system ready. We've got Porsche currently now going to come in on this lap. He's going to go 1.7 seconds quicker a lap here. It's game time, ladies and gentlemen. The last part of this race is going to see us go head to head. A freeway fight. Top three covered by 0.5 of a second. Norris leading Verstappen back to Stroll. And then out the final corner. It's going to go free a rift down the right hand side. Here we go. Anybody going to make a move? We are going to make a move. In to P2. Verstappen on the outside. Gets squeezed out. Comes back up the inside. We get better traction. And we're in to P2. Let's have a look at that. Because that was some...
Now, this was at
look at that. Freeway battle. Jet fighter lineup. Oh, we just pushed him wide. And we're into P2. Just waiting to pull the trigger with Stroll. As Stroll goes up the inside and takes the lead as we talk it. Oh no. Why's Porsche had a pit stop issue? Oh my God, what are we doing? Our pit stops are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring the pack up. Yeah.
Oh my God. Obi's happy. Stroll's ahead of Norris then. We've got Porsche back out on the softs. We're going to take a fastest lap with him. But we've got some serious pace. Where can we get to? Where do you think then from here, everybody? Do you want to rechange your position of where he's going to finish? Yeah, pit stops are terrible at Williams. Stroll's got a second. 14 seconds. Ocon to Russell. 7.8 for us. As we go on the attack. P4 still says Mike. Let's see what sort of time we can do. We're going green first sector. Stroll's out front with a first place. We're going to send Stroll on an attacking lap as well. Get him clear. Verstappen pits. So Verstappen didn't make it to the end. Yellow flag is out, but that's quickly gone. It's Drogovic with a lock-up on turn 10. Verstappen coming back out. And he is coming back out on some medium tyres. Can we catch Verstappen? Yeah, if I get P4, I will get a podium. If a Porsche gets on the podium, we won't get the video, of course. But look at the lap times then. 3.5 seconds quicker than Ocon on that last lap alone for Porsche. He's absolutely eating this gap up to Ocon. And he's going purple again. He is absolutely flying, his Porsche. We're going to keep this pace. Why not? Got no battery left. It's not going to matter. Acceleration is going to be great. But we're just going to hammer this now and see where we finish. 10 laps to go. We need a move. We're on high overtake anyway. Well, we caught him up really quick. Now we need to move past him really quick. There's a good exit. Oh, just held off. But Porsche with the fastest lap. And there's a move. Into P6 we go. Just before the DRS. That will give the McLaren even DRS. Can we hold on? Surely with the tyres we can. And with the traction, can we? We can hold on. Got to go a little bit aggressive on the tyres. 5.7 back to Max Verstappen. Will anybody else pit? Not really. But the race is on. Can we close anybody else? Stroll's looking clear out front. The gap is coming down to Verstappen. Under 3 seconds. And Verstappen is also closing the gap to Russell. That gap is tumbling again. And I need to watch my fuel.
4 laps to go.
I need to watch the fuel a little bit. But Porsche is catching. I have pushed these tyres absolutely ridiculously hard to try and close. It might just be P6. We've got to just level off these tyres. Stroll's clear. Stroll's going to pick up victory here. Hopefully we get this fuel back on track, and Porsche has lost ground now because of the tyres. Let's go back to conserve. Make sure that's okay. So I think that's all we've really got. Yeah, I think so, Gary. I think that potentially cost us, didn't it, in the end? I mean, P6, though, from the back, P20, and he's got decent engine to go into the next race with. Verstappen is closing on Russell, but I think this is going to finish as it does, as Stroll is on the final lap. He's pulled clear. It's going to be our first ever win round Qatar, which is beautiful to pick this back up nicely. Stroll's going to extend his lead. Verstappen only P5, and Porsche in his fight for second. He's going to come home P6, which is a good day at the office. We might as well attack on them tyres. Still some moves going on at the back in P9 and P8. But Daddy Boy Stroll has come good. He's a beast in F1 Manager. An absolute beast. Theo from P20 in the sprint got up to what? P6 was it, I think, for him? And now Theo coming home in P6 as well.
The flag. That'll be P6.
Get in. That is a good race. Win in Qatar finally.
A really good result for Lance Stroll.
And now we get the podium because Theo didn't finish on the podium. Daddy Boy Stroll
absolutely spot on.
is heading for a
It's
championship.
all round for the team. In fact, they all deserve a pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved. And here we see another career podium for Canada's
And
Lance
there he
Stroll.
is. Norris.
There really
How
doesn't
weird
seem
does
to
it
be a
look
way
for
to stop
Leclerc
them winning this year.
and Norris?
Amazing consistency.
How weird is that to see them in different
And that picture right there
overalls?
brings together the podium finishes for the Qatar Grand Prix.
But get in. That's what we wanted. Lance Stroll.
Now, Peru, no doubt there'll be a lot for the
Yes,
team
TMD.
to process after that race.
We got
How do you
pace in this
think the
car.
Williams team are feeling.
Williams
Absolutely.
are back, ladies and gentlemen. Are back. So 9 points for Theo, 10 for Verstappen. DMD doesn't want that to happen. So Lance Stroll moves ahead by a further 17 points. Theo only lost 4 points then over Verstappen. He's very much in the hunt still for P2 if he can get it. Just holding off Charles Leclerc in P4. Just to give you a roundup so far, Stroll has won 13 races. Yep, Stroll money, that's what it is. Theo has run 2. And yeah, he's had some big wins this year, Stroll. And look at that, for a constructors run, we are flying ahead. 7.3 seconds. So first, what a weekend for Daddy Boy Stroll. First. What a beautiful round of racing. And 6th for Theo. All the way back from P20 both races. And then Liam Lawson up there with our reserve driver. Looking very nice and experienced too. I reckon, what do you want another race? I mean, what track have we got coming up? Let me know. Do you want another one? We're off to Qatar. Gary does. It's good enough for me, Gary. So Cypod's gone on. Obi does. So what I'm going to do is just put the bad parts on again. Ready for our practice sessions at Qatar. Have we got a sprint race again at Qatar? I think we have, haven't we? I'm sure it's a sprint race at the Circuit of the Americas. Mike does as well. You're all loving the F1 Manager tonight. Like it. Like it. And that engine is going to be nice for Theo. He's got new parts. What I don't know is how close we are to the cost cap. That is a worry. I spent 8.5 million last time out. So it could be pretty expensive. I mean, I might have broke the cost cap. Let's take a look. How do I have a look? Finances, cost cap. Oh my god, projected 161k. Maybe I need to be a bit careful when I just go and suddenly buy a new engine. Wow. We need to make some cost cuts. Sack the pit crew. Right then, so we've got rear wings. Are we missing anything massively? A chassis. We need some more front wings in there. We've got rear wings. And an underfloor. Front wing. Oh, I'm definitely gonna break the curfew here. Front wing there, suspension. Definitely feel like I'm breaking the cost cap. This could be. I might get some deductions in this season. Oh, that's painful. I can't really afford to make any changes. Oh. Interesting. Just save yourself £3.5 grand, folks. Don't worry. It'll be fine. It'll be alright. Plemslaw, welcome. I mean, we've still got money. It's just the fact that if we project how we keep spending, that's the difference. We've still got 6 million, so I think we'll be fine. We have got a new front wing. That's annoying. We have literally got a new front wing and suspension we could build. But obviously, there is no point doing it. I mean, let's just have a look how much better it is. Well, I thought I designed something. Suspension is pretty good, actually. So, yeah, we'll have to continue on then. We'll have to continue on. Pit crew, they're pretty tired. Let's give them a rest for the month. So, United States. We've got everyone's contract ending. I mean, that would be quite good to move to a new team and just hire all these on a free. Quite a good idea, that. I'm telling you. Okay, so yeah, we all know that is fine. Front wing we can get manufactured. 4 million now. Jesus Christ. Well, no more breaking parts, folks. So, we need a better qualifying. We need some money as well. But cost cap we can't do anything about. So, not anymore anyway. Fastest lap. Let's go with that. So here we go again then. United States. and a chance to take some glory again. That's what we like to see.
Welcome to the United States.
It is a sprint. I did think it was a sprint, and it is. But we've got to get our setup. Let me find the papers for the setup. Austin! Right then, so let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. We gotta be high up on this race as well. Right, practice 1 before we put the good parts on. Let's see and simulate until we get into qualifying. Jesus, P5 and P13. George Russell in the Ferrari. Gonna be interesting, this one, to see where we can get to.
Qualifying is coming up.
Looks a bit gloomy. Only going to be cloudy though. So let's not use the best engine because we've got Vegas to come. Kind of want to keep a bit for Vegas, if I'm honest. Very fast circuit. Actually good on this game as well, by the way, Vegas. Enjoy this. Very good racing. Right, so that is on. We'll put the new engine on Theo. I need him to come through the field a little bit. Well, come through the points. We won't use the ERS yet. And gearbox. We will use the ERS, actually. Let's use that one. No more spending money. We've been told off. So qualifying time. Then, let's do this. From the circuit of the Americas. Let's let the cars get the rubber moved up a little bit before we go out. And then we'll start and see what sort of times people are putting in Q1. Russell fastest in practice. We'll see what sort of time he does. Zhou Guanyu 34.1. Russell does a 33.4 then to set the benchmark 7 tenths quicker than Zhou Guanyu. So, I think we'll get sending out. Lance Stroll, the championship leader. Time to get ready. Porsche will send as well. And then we'll go on board in Q1. And see what the lap times are. Here we go then. We want purple if we want to get through without any dramas. Low rubber, high grip. Let's see what we've got in this qualifying for the sprint. As up the hill into turn 1 on the brakes, and we've done that relatively okay. Porsche hasn't crashed yet, which is nice. It's always a bonus. And he's gone purple in the first sector. It is a 25.0 and a 25.3. 3 tenths off for Porsche. So pretty slow first sector for Theo. That is not what we want. We need Theo to pick it up. Into sector 2. Stroll does a 37.5. It's a 38.2. Porsche is well off the pace right now. Well off the pace. It's going to be a terrible lap. And across the line, Stroll goes first. Porsche.
P1. And we need to cool the P1.
He's in the bottom 3. Bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5. Bottom 3.
Currently P16.
Porsche, what have you done?
And we will box in.
Copy.
What has Porsche done? That is not good. He should have the same upgrades, Andrew, yes. Absolutely should have the upgrades. So let's skip through. I mean, Pourchaire's got the Red Bull right behind him. So here we go. Pourchaire has got to make this lap cap. He's got to make it count. And he's got to improve if he wants to make it through to... Oh my god, what is that Ferrari doing? He's gone purple. Oh my god, I think that's ruined us. I think we're out.
Checkered flag.
We've gone purple, but I think he's lost too much time stuck behind the Ferrari. I think we're out here, unless he's gone green in the middle sector. He has gone green. But he got held up quite a lot by Russell. He needs to find around 3.5 tenths to 4 tenths to be able to get through here. As we come round the final corner, Theo Pourchaire to the line. Wow. Wow, that was a bit dramatised, wasn't it? I mean, he got held up by Russell and he slotted himself into P2. Gasly's out, Piastri's out, Danny Rick's out, Zhou Guanyu and for sure in the Haas all going out. Theo pulled a dream lap there for somehow. So, Q2 is where we then go. First set of tyres, awful, weren't they? Absolutely killer. So,
Green light, green light.
we've got green, we are live. Norris is going out. Let's send Stroll out. Let's send Pourchaire. So here we go, Q2. Hopefully we only have to do 1 lap this time. Yeah, Russell couldn't, but let's see what sort of times we've got. Pourchaire set the pace, really, with the new sector times he did. As we go across the line and up the hill we'll start. And hopefully our first flying lap and our only flying lap of Q2. So through the sweeping left to right handers, we've got another car in the way again. We've gone purple. I don't think we're going to get held up too much, but it's not ideal. I think it's Verstappen on his outlap. We've gone purple though for Stroll. 25.0. Pourchaire went 2 tenths slower. Stroll through the middle sector. 37.7. Oh my god. Pourchaire cannot get a lap time together on his first run. He really can't. Russell does a 33.6. Tenth and a half back. Giovinazzi. Stroll to the front by 3 tenths. Pourchaire 1.2 seconds off.
Okay.
Pourchaire, another awful run in this. Now Stroll, I shouldn't have to go again. I'm going to have to go a new set of softs. I don't want to though, he should be able to improve. I need to get him through. Send Pourchaire early in this run. Bit of clean air, please. Magnussen is just coming out. Don't get in the way, Kevin. Please don't get in the way, Kevin. He's all out. He's out. He's out of the way. And now we've got a clean lap. New tyres, Pourchaire. 25.0. That's up there with the fastest sector we've seen. Verstappen only 0.505. I hope he knows he likes Pourchaire at the moment. As we continue down the straight, this is an important lap for Theo. And through the middle sector, purple, 37.6. That is better. I hope he wants to see the drama. Through the final corners then, Theo Pourchaire to get himself into Q3. Can he nail it? He can. 33.2.
Currently P1.
And that, it's took him an extra set of tyres in a couple of sessions, but he is through P1, P2 potentially. We've got Verstappen and Leclerc. Lando Norris just squeaks through then at the last gasp. Survives. Bottas is out. Albon, no surprises. Russell goes first in Q2. It is all to play for. George Russell, 33.2. I mean, that is close at the top of the leaderboard. Welcome, Lamps. Overtaking drivers for Series 4. And a balanced setup is what you want. Come on then, let's go. Let's let a few cars go first.
2, 1, should be green.
So we'll send Stroll. We'll send Porsche. Should have good, clean traffic. Here we go then, Q3, the fight for pole in the shootout. Let's see who it is doing it. Yeah, Russell absolutely beasting it, Andrew, for some reason. Russell, though, should come through first. No, he won't come through first. He'll be after us as we ride on board. Porsche start. So Tsunoda sets the benchmark, 33.9, and it's a good first sector for Stroll. 25.007 for James Bond. So it was a 25.007, 25.2. 2 temps down again as Giovinazzi does a 33.3 out front. 37.6 through the middle for Stroll. And it's purple so far. Giovinazzi with a lightning time. But Stroll should demolish it. And he does. For only just less than a tenth. Where has that pace come from? Verstappen in there at P2. Porsche with work to do again on this lap. Can only manage 10th.
So currently P10.
Ouch. Porsche just not liking this circuit at all. But it's Russell who is on pole at the moment. Provisional pole. Ferrari have bought some upgrades, clearly. And I've not got a lot of tyres left for Porsche. Giovinazzi probably the surprise in P4. I'm going to go a little bit later here. So let's send Stroll. And let's send Porsche. A little bit later. You got Yuki on a lap. So, it comes down to these few laps. This warm-up lap. And we get set to race. There is a Yuki Tsunoda, I think, flying past us there. We'll get in our way. But hopefully Stroll can continue through. And do not brake now, Stroll. Keep going. Keep pushing. Do not slow down. Thank you. So here we go then. Giovinazzi up to P2. Where has that pace come from? Where has that pace come from? Yellow for red flag. It's over.
Red flag.
Qualifying is done. What happened? I think it was the Ferrari. I think a Ferrari binned it. I didn't get to see. But there was definitely a Ferrari off the track. I mean, I think Lando Norris has took one for the team. We didn't see what happened. But that has just ruined our qualifying. And now we've got it all to do. Definitely looked like there was maybe George Russell, he's got a penalty. Maybe George Russell got pole and then crashed. Theo starts P10 again.
We're back and the action is...
A lot of work to do. But if he can get up the grid, he's got a chance. It's going to be medium tyres for the boys in blue. 19 laps of the circuit of the Americas to come. We start P10 and P3. Come on then.
The grid is all set here in
Time for the sprint race.
Things are hotting up.
Sabotaged in qualifying.
Sprint.
Come on.
And it's lights out and away we go.
We're going to go high aggression as Stroll moves into P2. And he's got a brilliant start. He's up the inside of George Russell. And already Lance Stroll on the outside. Oh, what a move. What a move. But Russell comes back as we hit the hairpin to down the straight. Russell gets a good exit. Stroll better on the acceleration. Down the straight we go. Stroll might have just got back into the lead of this race. And he has. Russell P2. Pourchaire has stayed where he is. Stroll with a lightning start. Russell second. Giovinazzi third. With Red Bulls Verstappen and Leclerc P4 and P5. So a great start for Stroll. Sets the fastest lap as you would imagine. And Pourchaire then sitting down currently behind a gaggle of cars. We're going to go light as we get a good exit on Yuki Tsunoda. And that is a beautiful move through places that you don't often overtake. And now we are up to P9. Stroll out front. 1.4 seconds is the lead from George Russell. Pourchaire is looking for another move here past Carlos Sainz on the Mercedes. Oh, it's close. It's fierce. I think Pourchaire might just sneak this one on the inside line. And he has. Back and forward. What racing this is. We've got the inside line for the final corner. Will it matter? I don't think it will. He's pulled ahead. And we have to settle down currently. Now, I am looking after the tyres on Pourchaire. This is how we're expecting to race. Whilst we're in traffic, I do want to just look after it. And here we go again. Right hand side, DRS open for both cars. And this time Pourchaire slots himself, cuts ahead. And we are now up to P8. Yes, TMD, absolutely going to get F1 Manager 2024, are you? They're going to be, I think, create your own team. I think it's going to be fantastic.
To keep the tyres cool.
So, we've done a little bit of tyre management. We've got 5 temps, 6 temps, 2 Sainz. Pourchaire just under a second now, but tyre management left ourselves a little bit of good tyre. Obi's getting it as well. Co-op would be interesting, yes. Basically be your own race engineer for each team. Sainz is going to have us here. They're still pushing, we're not. And he's going to go to the outside line. Is Pourchaire going to defend? He is, but we just don't have the pace. As Russell leads out front. Or Stroll leads out front. From Russell, 2.2. Yeah, it's hard to get used to TMD, but especially on the PC, I have got used to it pretty quickly. You can pick it up pretty quick once you know what you're doing. And I'll tell you what, everybody. Where has this Alfa Romeo pace come from? Giovinazzi is on the back of George Russell. He is lightning quick. And then down the straight, we're going to deploy. We're going to send it. Yeah, you've got to learn. Oh, absolutely. It took me a while, but kind of can pick it up like riding a bike now. And here we go. Pourchaire on Sainz. No move just yet. It's going to be some interesting laps here. We're going to be right behind him. We've looked after them tyres. We are just going to look after tyres more. So this might sit. Look how many cars are ahead. Here comes a move round the outside. What a move by Theo Pourchaire on Carlos Sainz. I want to see that again if it lets me. I don't think it's going to. That was fantastic. Well, they got somewhat in there. Because there goes Giovinazzi into P2. Giovinazzi outstretching the Ferrari. And there goes the Red Bull of Leclerc. It is all to play for. Giovinazzi is into P2 in this race. Incredible that Alfa Romeo is into the top 2. And these are pretty slow here. And we're going to continue to look after. Giovinazzi's already dropped them. P3. Verstappen is coming through. He's picked up the pace. He knows his championship is slipping away to Stroll, who leads. So he's got to get the pace going. What sort of pace can Pourchaire find? Still looking after tyres. and doing a very nice job of it as well. Down the straight, sun setting. We're going to close right up. But we're not going to win a DRS train, and it's all behind now Giovinazzi. And we've got these tyres lasting pretty nicely as the Ferrari is slow with the McLaren. Can Porsche up the hill send one somewhere? Not quite yet. P8 still. Let's continue on and see if there's any changes to that. Doesn't look like there is. Verstappen still not closing the gap down, and we still sit around 3/10 away from Ocon as Norris has overtook. And now we will deploy on Porsche. So as it stretches out a little bit out front, these are all in a battle, a DRS train, but it might not matter because here comes Theo, choo-choo, in to P7. What a move. We are edging closer to P6. Lando Norris in the Ferrari. Giovinazzi now down to 4th, Leclerc 5th. Chances of overtaking Norris nearly out of DRS as we open that rear wing. And again, it's all just stacking up behind Russell. It's going to make it very difficult to get past. But the tyres are going to be decent. As we get towards the hairpin again. Can we launch one past Norris? We know our car's strong. How strong is it? Can we get Norris? No, we can't. This is too close. This DRS train killing us. As now Giovinazzi is back up to P3. The Alfa Romeo has come alive. Compared to his teammate in P15, that is incredible. And I'm actually going to harvest here because we're getting stuck. You can see us closing up. Verstappen has definitely got P2 in the bag here. And we're going to just try and get some power unit back for an attack for the last few laps. As here we go again. Just going to save ourselves a lap or two. DRS is going to pull us in as well. Still 4/10. We're not losing any ground and we're looking after everything. Not looking after fuel though, I must say. Let's look after that a little bit. But we're keeping within this, and this is really good because the power unit is getting full, the ERS system. And now Russell is nearly out of a second from Giovinazzi. That will help the train until we need to push. But this is looking good. Russell's going to be vulnerable here to Leclerc. And here he goes. Leclerc is through. Now this is going to chop and change everything around. We've waited a few laps. But it's time to give it a push shortly. With a lot better tyres. 13% over Russell. Norris is so good on tyres. So we can put that back on balanced. We are clear with Stroll, who's got the fastest lap of the race so far. And I think we'll just stretch it now. Yellow flag is out. There's a crash.
There's been a crash.
Who has stacked it? Oh, a bit of turn in.
Quite an impact between them.
Zhou Guanyu and the Haas. And it was Zhou Guanyu and Drogovic.
Happy to pick up the pushing level.
Copy.
So I think we will start to push then. Double Ferrari ahead. We're going to deploy. And here we go. It's showtime for Porsche. Into P6 he goes. And this is where we start to motor. Where can we get in this race? If you're watching, where can Porsche get to with 5 laps to go? He's in P6. Verstappen is 2.3 clear of Leclerc. And they are literally not too far ahead. Let's look at these for some moves. We are attacking hard now. And let's attack hard. P6, just stretching clear, is the Ferrari on the Alfa Romeo. And now we need a move. Come on, out to the left. Keep pushing out to the left. Are we going to make it? We're not, but the Alfa Romeo is going to go backwards, I think, here. Can we take opportunity as well? That car is now falling back. We need a move quickly. And into the final corner, we're going to get it. I think we just hit Giovinazzi then, I think.
And we've had a crash on track.
I think that was us. It was. Theo and the Giovinazzi.
You can see how tight it is.
Oh, pushes in wide. Not really a crash, but you'll see what I mean. So now, P5 for Porsche. We are 7/10 behind Lando Norris, P4. Can we get P4? We're going to get DRS. We're going to deploy as well. We've looked after tyres well in this race. But that Ferrari has got some pace. But he's closed on Leclerc. Leclerc is going to give him a DRS, annoyingly. As Stroll continues to lead. I don't think we're going to get any higher. But Leclerc is going at defensive mode against Norris, who Norris gets ahead. It is P5 for Porsche. P4 now for Leclerc, who looks like he might be struggling. And he is, 35% on his tyres. Maybe this is a chance to get the Red Bull driver and get some points over Red Bull. And he moved to the left. Game, set, match on Leclerc. But Norris is catching Verstappen. Norris is quickly catching Verstappen. Is there a possible chance of P2 in this race? 3 laps to go. They are the 2 cars ahead. We have lost time. Three tenths, 4 tenths is the gap. 1.8 to the cars ahead, though. We're catching up with the Ferrari, it seemed, through there. 1.3 now. Norris just out of DRS range. As we go down the straight. Tyres are now being used. As we head behind Norris. 6 tenths is the gap. Going into the final lap of the race. It's going to come down to the last big back straight, I feel, if we want to get Norris for P3 and onto a sprint type podium. Here we go then. 4 tenths. It's not going to be P2. It could well be P3. We deploy out of the hairpin. Big, big chance of the P3 sprint. Here we go. Theo Porsche coming back with a bang again. He's up to P3. It's a beautiful move by Theo. And Theo's got a puncture. No!
Struggle a bit with front looking, guys.
What have you done? What are you... What's he done? He's binned it.
Yeah.
First over the line in today's sprint, it's the Williams.
The tyres are damaged. Theo can only get P8. The tyre... I think we got a puncture. I think we got a puncture. Oh, Theo. I think it was a puncture that we got.
And that marks a brilliant sprint win for
But he was there for P3. We probably pushed him a little too much. I have done that before on Circuit Americas, but we were faster than that. We deserved.
the teams are making their final.
Yo, Toki. We've got to do it all over again then. I think you can do a one-stop round. Can you do a one-stop round here? And the answer is no to that. I think, off memory, you can go a lot longer in this race. I don't want to do that though, actually. I do not want to do that. I want to start on softs. I want to go to mediums. So I can do that. Oh, Theo just killed us. Quite literally. So this one I want to go to hards. And then I want to go medium soft. Can't believe we binned it. I've done that before at this circuit, but we had a lot more tyres left in this occasion. So I think we go with that. It looks like a two-stop. I'm pretty sure hards are very strong around this circuit. We can run quite nicely. So we'll probably make this the final race, because it'll still take a while anyway.
We're not far off now here in Austin.
So come on then.
Here we go. It's the United States Grand Prix.
Time for Qatar.
And it's lights out.
Because of penalties,
And
Theo
away
is
we
only
go.
P6. As we go on board with Theo. And he's got through in P6. I think there's a crash at the back of the field.
And yep, it's the Haas.
Let's
that's
take a look.
affected there.
Haas. Felipe Drogovic. Into turn one. Gets squeezed for room on the inside. Alfa Romeo. And bins it. Parks it on the corner. So as we get racing, we have Stroll leading by a second already, and it is Theo currently in P6 as a time penalty for Joe Vanazzi. So I'm going to try and just keep with and not use too much tyres here while we're stuck between everybody. Stroll out front, who's leading this championship nicely, is already extending out, and that's against the mediums of Lando Norris. So you can see that 2-second gap already opening up on lap number 1. Theo currently P6. He's got Vershaw right behind him in P7, but we just need to sit tight with these cars ahead. We could have been in such a better position with Theo if it weren't for his late 4 corners from home puncture. But as we race through, just a little bit of a gap forming because we're not pushing too much. And now let's briefly just died everything for some reason. So I think we're all good. So we'll keep pushing. P6. We are in, I think it's 2026, Harry, I believe. I think we are in the rule regulation changes. We did some good research in previous years. And we are dominating the season so far at the moment. Stroll out front by 2.5 seconds. Let's cut him down. And Porsche is currently 6th. For sure behind him. I'm going to get these two names mixed up all the time. But we're playing the long game. We are certainly playing the long game with our drivers. Because he's the only one on hards out there. Only one on hard tyres. But we've got to get through. We've got to do a little bit better than that. We need points. Yeah, I could imagine PC being a little bit more difficult. Sorry, Xbox, because of the button changing. But PC, it's very easy, because obviously I can just use my mouse and flick literally straight away wherever I want to be. For sure's catching us, though. And he's catching us quick on their mediums. We're playing the long game, so if he catches us and passes us, so be it. And out front, only 1.3 now. Verstappen closing in. Norris also coming with him. And Vasseur has just got past Theo Pourchaire. Hard tyres starting to struggle a little bit. But we should be okay later on in this race. Should be able to go longer. If we can keep in the pack. Stroll now 1.2. Gaps coming down all the time. And what we'll do is we'll just skip ahead a little bit. We'll keep an eye on the gaps. Pourchaire just again losing out then to Albon. So medium tyres just coming through. 1.6 out front though. Sonoda is next up on us. And I think we're not looking too bad in this one. Because 2 temps we've kept within Alex Albon on lap 6. Sonoda is there as well. And this could be a chance for Pourchaire with DRS to make a move. He goes to the right hand side on the hard tyres and he is back past. So maybe the hard tyres are just stretching in a little bit now. And we are starting to motor as he went wide there. It looked like. And it was Albon. We rode on board with him. Did go wide. 1.6 Norris. Verstappen dropped down to P3. That's good for the championship. We need to get Pourchaire past a Red Bull though, so that we increase it in the constructors. It's very much Pourchaire versus Leclerc and Verstappen for P2 in the championship. But there's a long way to go. 1.5. Pretty calm racing at the moment. You can see Albon probably just going to come past us, and he does. But on exit, we are back ahead. Lawson's on the reserve drivers, Harry. 82 rated. It's just that Theo and Stroll are so highly rated for us that Stroll's smashing it. If anything, Theo deserves to be dropped at the moment, because he's not racing strongly at all. But he could have a game-changing race this race, you never know. He's only around 10 seconds off the lead, with Alex Albon ahead. We're closing in on the cars ahead, it feels, as well. As can we go to the inside? Not quite. And we are catching these cars ahead. Who's slowing everyone down? Leclerc creating a gap for Verstappen, by the look of it. On lap 9, Stroll 2 seconds clear still. And we're in this train. Here comes DRS into turn 1 again. Pourchaire on the inside. Albon on the inside now into the next corner. Medium versus hards. Yeah, well, true. I think he means navigation in terms of pressing the buttons, Andrew. Imagine if we did, though. I think it was 2025. You make a very good point, Harry. I don't actually know that, but I'm sure 2025. As there goes, Pourchaire back into P7. A lot of change up in 2026. So only 3 temps ahead. We're still cruising. Norris now only a second behind. He's pushing. He is pushing now. Entered the pit window. Don't want to make an early stop. Never finished it. Should pick it up. Definitely the new season, Harry. Pick that one up to F1 Manager 2024. And that gap is tumbling. 9 tenths to a second. It's hovering. Max Verstappen cost big money. Norris is probably the one you want, because his tyre management is unbelievable. As here comes Norris. He's catching. No, Harry. This comes out in around 2 weeks' time, I think. Or 3 weeks' time. End of the month. It might be like the 26th or something. So we're just picking it back up a little bit today for a little bit of a treat on a Monday. And here he goes again. Norris on Stroll. And I think our tyres are starting to crumble. Norris, Stroll. And we've got helicopter view as well next season, as long as create a team. And I think now it's time probably for a pit stop. We'll get DRS though down the straight to fight this back. We'll move to the left-hand side, and we will now attack for 1 lap. We'll pit next time round because these tyres are not doing too well at all. Pourchaire's not far off the lead though. What, is that the new one, Harry? Is it? Yeah, I think it's around the 26th, 27th, off memory. It's not very expensive. Not very expensive. So I'm going to go for mediums then. Or I could go to hards for the middle stint. I'm going to be slow at the end. I'm going to go hards. I'm going to change it up. Let's see. But we're going to push Stroll. We don't need to push Pourchaire. He's bang there. He's got cars ahead of him. And they're fighting each other. Stroll is kind of going to have to give up with these tyres. He has now stretched the gap to 1.3. But we just got to. I don't know what changed. Create a team is the new big one, Harry. And you can get poached. People can poach your drivers. Yeah, definitely do some research. But Stroll's going to be coming in here. He's got the gap up to 2.2. We're not going to risk any type of puncture this time round as Stroll comes in. Pourchaire sitting nicely in P7. Very happy with where Pourchaire is at the moment. He's just coming across the straight. 3.2. And we should come out in some nice clear air potentially. Come on, get ahead, get ahead. That is the clean air I wanted. Took a little bit of a while to get there. He wanted to get ahead of that train of cars. And we are. Which is good. Pourchaire is on the back of these two fighting in front. And now Stroll has already dropped some good pace. So we'll cut back down. Bring the tyres up to temperature. And already you can see the pace that we've got on these new set of boots. Get to about 102 degrees or something like that. And we'll cut it back down. As Verstappen pits. Ocon pits. So we'll cut these down. Pourchaire will carry on. Currently in P4. And you can see we've got a nice gap now over Verstappen, who is only just coming out. And there is Stroll. He's kept ahead. Yeah, that's what I needed. Norris and Leclerc. Norris and Lando. Both the same one. Norris and Max. Absolutely. So, Stroll P7. Pourchaire sitting in P4 now. And we're absolutely pushing Pourchaire as he's now into the top 3. Stroll cannot currently get past the Aston Martin. What sort of tyres did Verstappen go for? He went for mediums. Pourchaire's flying. Come on, Pourchaire. 2.6. He's only about 9 seconds off the lead. And that gap to the leader is only 13.6. But we're stuck right behind Alex Albon. We need to clear. And we're going to clear him this time round. We're going to make sure of it. We're going to make absolutely sure. As we'll get the DRS open down the straight. We'll move to the left, will we? And we will. Aston Martin's pretty quick on them tyres. But we are going to make the move. The lunge into the corner. And we are past. P6. We'll go back up to top up. We've got to keep these out there. Max came out quite far, didn't he? He's only 3 seconds now away. So Carry on. Come on. Red triangle next day. So he's got a penalty. TMD. He's got some sort of time penalty. And Stroll just can't get through here. Gap's down to 10.9, so we are still catching on Norris, which is good. Pourchaire's only about 8 seconds off the lead. Is Pourchaire coming into this race? The 2026 JK, I think. Sure, it's 2026. Pourchaire has got good pace here. He's lapping quicker. I mean, Pourchaire is in a good position. He's actually in a really strong position. Stroll is still struggling to get past these two, who are on 38% mediums. Maybe a lunge into turn 1. I don't want to push too much. 1.1 for Pourchaire. These two going at it again. We're going to have to start pushing these and getting past, because these are slowing us up far too much. Pourchaire, I might stretch out as much. We're going to go for 2 cars here. Oh! But we might get 2 cars as Stroll puts the rocket boost on the back of his car and takes 2 cars up to P4. And Pourchaire, by the way, is flying. It's Pourchaire coming into this race nicely now. Max Verstappen, or Charles Leclerc in P2, Verstappen 7th. Pourchaire is absolutely booming. Now I think Norris is going 1 stop again. And yeah, exactly as Andrew says, we can't leave ourselves too much to do in this race. At the minute, we've got a huge chance because we're lapping so much quicker. 1 second quicker last time round against Norris. And yes, Theo could destroy it in the last sort of laps. But we'll find out. There's an inside Red Bull. Surely we're going to get better traction off the line with him. 32% mediums. Pourchaire has to settle back down. Time for a move again. He's not going to lunge it though. We're only 6 seconds off the lead. 8 seconds with Stroll. Leclerc's just found a bit of pace. I think he's going to be pitting this lap. For sure wheel with is now... I mean, where's Leclerc suddenly brought some pace from? Pourchaire's got good fuel. Let's use a bit of that. Stroll is catching quickly as well. Still got to eke out a few laps. Probably about 4 laps though. I mean, 1 stop looks favourable here, but I think it's a long way to go. Norris pits. And the Red Bull pits. It's absolutely go, go, go with Theo Pourchaire. Stroll uncomfortable with. Where does Norris come back out? He's going to come out in clean air as well. On the mediums, they're not going to get to the end. They is not getting their mediums to the end. Russell had a pit stop issue, but he's only 12th, 13th. I think we're okay here. If they went hards, I'd understand. But they haven't. And already, Pourchaire is 13 seconds. Well, these both are still pushing at the minute. I'm going to keep pushing. And try and build the gap. 12.7.
It's not going to be long now, mate.
We're going to keep an eye on what it does to the gaps. Where are we going to come out? I need to get ahead of 8th and 9th, really. The 23s. I think that's coming down, though. I think the gap is coming down. It is. It is. So we've got to come in for some mediums. It's a little bit too early, I think, though. if we want to stretch these tyres out. I've got to carry on with Porsche. I've got to carry on. Otherwise, I'm not going to get to the end. I need a couple more laps. Swap them around. Let's get him away. I will be on fast tyres, but them softs are not going to last right at the end. I'm only about 11.7 still there. 20.8. I'm going to feed into this battle here about P11 for Porsche, I think. We push him. We are losing a lot, but I think they've got to pit anyway. Oh, there goes a Red Bull as well. We are losing so much time. Going to do one more lap. We will have a huge pace deficit, the AI will, at the end. And now I think it's the lap that we pit. I think they will pit again. That's why I'm not too concerned at the moment. And F1 boy, we're very, very worn tyres at the minute. Let's use a bit of fuel. I don't want to risk another lap. After what happened in the previous one, I do not want to risk another lap. I think this has got to be the time that we come in. Bring Stroll back down. He's got a good gap out front. And then Theo. Time for the box. Slow pit stop incoming. That's how our Williams team are. We'll have to worry about that one other day. 3.2, 3.6, 3.2. Not good, but it is good if you get my drift. Need to get ahead of Sainz. And that is not bad. That is clean air. That is beautiful air. I like that. We've got ahead into P6 without scratching the surface too much. We'll get the tyres up to temperature. And then it's all about managing up a little bit. As there goes Albon on Sainz. So, where are we? 1.3 seconds ahead of Verstappen. We've got 23.5 Sainz behind Porsche. We're F1 boy, we were going to try and go lap 28. We couldn't get there. We were losing too much time. But hopefully now our mediums is going to have pace over the used mediums ahead. Stroll is losing time, but he's on... I mean, this is a bit horrible. 1.1. Fast forward a little bit, see if anything changes. Under a second for Verstappen, but it's hovering around a second. Not catching too quick. He is now. So Verstappen is on the back of us. And he is on 50% mediums. But we're holding him up. We're holding in. And Porsche is going for it as well right now. Theo is looking good. He is. We'll push him again down the straight. Didn't quite realise he was so close there. I don't want to push him too much. I want to use them soft at the end. Let's deploy now. Verstappen is going for the lead. Can't grab it. Porsche, though, on the inside of Ocon. And he's through. Into P5. Good move. Now we've got to break a second. If we can break a second, we've got a huge chance of catching up then the rest. And that is already a second. Verstappen still can't get past out front. Max tyres, 46% mediums. So he's going to be pitting before us. And Theo's in a good position. Max might pit for softs. They've definitely got to pit, but they might pit for softs. Stroll. Here we go. And that is the lead change. Verstappen is into the lead at the top of turn 1. But I've got fuel. I'm on a different strategy. I've used the hard tyres first. I think he will use the hard tyres, Max Verstappen. He's not going to have medium or softs, I don't think, to run. So that is okay. And here we go again. Trying to return the favour. As long as we stay within, I'm absolutely fine with that one. Where's Porsche? P5. What sort of lap time is he doing? 37.8. He's quicker than the leaders. Quicker than the cars behind. Not quicker than Leclerc. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think Max would have to go hards and I'll go mediums. As round the outside, we go again. Norris and Leclerc are the problem, yes. Stroll's back ahead. Norris and Leclerc are catching. I think they will pit though. I can't see them lasting it to the end. They've got, well, to be honest, Lando has gone medium, so he can't go to the end. So actually, that's a good point. Norris does have to pit. Norris does have to pit. And we're keeping ahead. This is bringing Porsche closer. This is bringing Porsche into battle. Because he is currently 13.8 off the lead. Which is long. But he's pitting. His last lap, 39.5 for Stroll. It's a 38.1 as Verstappen does just hit the lead. So this is not too bad. This is helping Porsche come in. Whilst also, we'll be ready to go mediums later on. And here we go for about round 52. Then down the straight. Pulling to the left-hand side. Not going to be a move this time. Norris is there in the background though. There he is. Catching quickly. Yeah, Lando's going to gain on Max. Leclerc is gaining on Max and Porsche. This could quickly become a 5-way battle. As these two hold each other up. We go again. Turn 1. Going to the outside is Stroll. And he's back ahead. Again, maybe the mediums just dragging out now. Verstappen on 36% mediums. And again, Porsche is closing. Looking at the last laps. Again, 2 seconds quicker for Porsche. Porsche is going to be my fastest driver. Norris has still got a pit though. He went medium. So he's still got a pit. So we should still have the pace advantage. Porsche would not be a bad winner in his fight against Max. It's not the end of the world if Stroll don't win. But we're doing a really good job of getting the pack closed. And there's the 2 cars in the background, as you can see. Max Verstappen can't find a way through into turn 1. And this is settling down to be a quite interesting race here. Because again, on the previous lap, now a 9/8 quicker was Porsche over Stroll. 1.6 seconds quicker than Verstappen. And importantly, he lapped quicker than Leclerc and Norris. Giovinazzi was great in the sprint. Now only last. So a bit of redemption then for Porsche in this race. 4.1. Stroll will be a sitting duck, but mediums eventually to the end. Yeah, it was a great race, F1 boy. Absolutely great race yesterday. Kind of wanted Lando, though, as Varsho pits. So that's creating a nice gap for us. Gap staying around 4.2. Lapped within a tenth that time. 3 tenths quicker than Norris. This is all got a lot more to happen in it. Stay tuned. It's going to get very interesting. My ERS system is ready. And let's just fast forward a little bit as Verstappen pits on lap 37. Verstappen pits. Where's he going to come out? He's already leaving the pit lane. Tsunoda could get ahead of him. I don't think he will. Or he does. And that's going to help us a little bit. So Stroll now by 2 seconds. I kind of want to leave that out as much as I can. Let's try and put some mediums in here. When can I get on mediums? See, I can't really. Mediums are still going to be a little bit tricky. So now I can see the strategy a little bit better. So I'm coming into the range of mediums. Porsche now 5.4. Yeah, Stroll has to pit again. He's not going to get to the end. But we knew that. That's why we took the hards in the middle stint instead of the mediums like Max did. Porsche's in P4, but again, he's cruising. Softs is going to be tricky. I could go double mediums. So I want to ignore that. And now I want to go full attack. Full attack.
Okay.
With a medium pit. Safety car welcome. Hopefully we don't get a safety car.
Okay.
So here we go then. Crucial in lap for our leader Stroll. The gap to Max Verstappen is 17.4. He's improving and he fitted the medium tyres. So this is going to be very interesting now. A safety car would help actually. Yes, you're right. It would. So Max is gonna be leading here net. 17 seconds. Max is flying. 16.9 and it's coming down. He's going to be well ahead. Stroll is in. And Porsche is going to move himself up. Verstappen's going to be clear. We've got so much work then to do. Where is Verstappen? There he is. And there is Stroll, who luckily gets ahead of the car ahead of Tsunoda. So it's all to play for then. It's all to play for. Yeah, appreciate it, safety car. We know we needed your help. Sadly, it's not going to be today, is it? So here we go. It is race time to see what sort of pain we can inflict. Max is on mediums, Andrew. That's the bad news for us. That is the bad news. He's not gone to hards. He's gone to mediums. But he's already worn a bit of that in. I'm just wondering if I have another set of mediums. I do have another set of mediums. Do I just push Stroll for a couple of laps? Porsche for a few laps and pit mediums. 6 laps is going to leave me nothing at the end. I think I go now with Porsche, and then I think what I'll do is I'll pit some mediums and just absolutely tank it to the end on Porsche. I think that's the way of playing. I don't think he's going to get sauced to the end though. That's the problem. I know he's got loads of ERS system available. Stroll's got a fine time. 3 seconds behind Verstappen. Yeah, it's not a lot. It's about 10 laps he's got on softs at the end. But I'm just thinking, do I just take mediums and go for like a good 13 lap push instead of softs? Let's see how these mediums do. Last lap, 37.6. Verstappen's lapping so quick. Now we are lapping way quicker than Norris, which is good. This race changing all the time about who is currently in good position. Stroll trying to catch Max. It's under 3. We're going to deploy a little bit as well. Can't go to the end, no. I'm not going to get another 15 laps out of them. We've only done around 15 laps now. But we're pushing Porsche. as hard as we can. We need some pit stops. It's not going to happen just this yet. And now Porsche is within 2 seconds. 1.4, 1.3. Gap tumbling as Leclerc and Norris fight it out. We might do one more lap and then go to mediums. There they are. Porsche has got to stretch now. Right behind the Red Bull. The question is, do they pit though? If he gets ahead of both of these now, I might give it a bash. I think I've got... Oh my god. It said I had mediums. I've got to go. I've got to carry on. I'm going to have to slow down a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get soft to the end, as they both pit. Is this going to feel like Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris at the end of the Silverstone Grand Prix? We are going to be quick. I've got to get another lap maybe out. I don't know if Russell's got a slow pit stop. Oh, Leclerc and Norris have gone for softs as well. 98%. Remember, we are on used softs if we go for it. Stroll is catching Verstappen though. We might use Porsche as a chance to try and block him up. Doesn't have mediums. He has to do softs. It looked like he did have mediums though, but clearly not. And we are holding up a little bit, and now no longer. We got don't fight teammate on, so we can get Stroll straight through. And surely I might be able to pit this lap. I think now is the time to go. Yeah, he hasn't got the pace at the minute. Needs to go to soft. Needs to. But Stroll is 1.4. We had to get him out the way, Porsche. He was going to start holding Stroll up. We don't need that at all. 1.3 seconds is the gap for Stroll. 1.2 against his championship rival. Porsche pits. He's going to be about 6th. But I am just cruising at the moment. We got a good 11% better as the fastest lap goes to Charles Leclerc. And as we approach the end of this race, it's very much still alive. Now I've got to just slowly rub these tyres in a little bit, because we don't have the best life on him, like 88%, because of his poor qualifying. Stroll within 9/10 to a second. It's closing down. And it's just going to be knowing when to push. Porsche will catch cars. Probably going to be looking at Ocon is going to be his benchmark. Can't see us catching unless Leclerc do battle. Norris a 35-1. Porsche did his outlap then. 8/10 is the gap out front. Still, we just cruise. And here goes a change for the lead potentially. Into the corner. We can't get past P2, but he's very much Stroll taking the initiative. Yellow flags are out, but that's quickly moved on as Nick de Vries ran wide in turn 4. Stroll right on the back of Max Verstappen now, and this could be a big moment in the championship. Moves to the left hand side, up into turn 1. It's Lance Stroll back into the lead of this race, past Max Verstappen. He will come fighting back, but for now we hit the front. We are going to just look after stuff still. Porsche has got Ocon. He's 6.9 seconds behind P4. We'll see if he can close that gap. It's about 7 seconds. I don't know if we've got the pace to catch him. They are pushing pretty hard. They're fighting pretty hard as well, Leclerc and Norris. We need them to have a little bit of a tag. 6.7 is the gap now. As these two do squabble. And it's going to bring it down. 6.5. Again, don't want to just push too much. There he is in the background. And these two are really going at each other. Don't think we've got the pace though. Let's try and gain a little bit. 5.9. The gap is closing. Got to. Whilst these are in defence mode, we've got to take advantage. 5.5. The gap out front, though, is still 0.6. And that gap is already now 5.2 over Ocon. We are closing the gap. 4.9. Use a bit of fuel as well. We're out of ERS, but we are trying to close the gap. Cross the line, 4.8 for Porsche, and nearly 4 seconds. Tyres, 60%. We've still got 10% on them. 3.3. The gap is absolutely crumbling. There is still chance for a podium for Theo Porsche, as Stroll is fighting off Max Verstappen, who has got way less tyres. So hopefully it's just a time. And Porsche is 2.5 now. He is catching. What's the tyres? 64%. I will look after it a little bit in a moment. I want to get into DRS first before I cool them down. As Verstappen has got Stroll. But I've got tyres, it's okay. If I can just get into DRS, there's a yellow flag out there. It's not for us.
And here we've got a yellow
It's Gasly
flag.
spun. We're not going to focus on that though. Porsche now 1.3 off P4 and P3. There they are. And now I'm just going to go standard for a moment, because these are going to squabble and squabble, and we're going to be right there with a bit more. Stroll can push whenever he wants. And there are Porsche, Leclerc and Norris. Stroll, turn 1. Can't get past. It's okay. Power ERS is really good. And here we go. The battle for the final podium spot commences. Similar tyres, Leclerc and Norris. We're all separated by about 3%. Here we go. It is race time here in Austin. And we're going to push out of this corner. Stroll's retaken the lead though. And here we go. On the inside. It's freer breadth down the straight. Who's going to come out on top? Porsche's into P3. Is he going to lose out, or is he going to gain both? Theo Porsche takes both, but Leclerc, or Norris even, comes back. Leclerc's dropped off the back. And Porsche couldn't quite get both cars. But he's up to P4. And now it gets interesting. Into turn 1. The Ferrari holding P3 with Porsche all over the back of him as they go side by side. And now Porsche is into the top 3. He's onto the podium step as we hit P3. But this is not over. Here comes the Ferrari of Lando Norris again. Moves to the right hand side. But Porsche has got him covered. Excitement at its finest. Stroll and Verstappen still leading the way. Nearly a second. But Norris is hanging in there. They've dropped Leclerc by around a second. Porsche just got the slightly better tyres than these. And again, here we go. Up to turn 1. Can Lando Norris steal back that P3? Or can Porsche hold on? We're going to use a little bit of fuel here. And Verstappen is now out of DRS. Porsche has grew the gap to 0.5 as we hit the straight. Now Leclerc out of DRS. And here comes again Lando Norris. Can he get through? Nope. Good defending. Positioned well. And still 4 tenths is the gap. Can we hang on for a double podium, taking point over Red Bull yet again in the Constructors? That is the dream. Max Verstappen, yeah, 40% tyres. He's going to make it quite comfortably. Porsche has got to just keep better tyres than these, and he is. And what we'll do is we'll just deploy the ERS to see if we can get a second. As we come out, will it click to a second? It won't. It is still 0.8 of a second, up to 9. Verstappen has dropped back. That fight could be done. Leclerc, he's kind of pulled himself back in at 0.8. And Porsche and Norris is about a second. We're trying. But Leclerc definitely saved some tyres to have a go on these final few laps. Stroll leads from Verstappen. 2 laps to go is all it's going to take at this decider here in Austin. Here we go. And luckily these two are fighting. That's going to release Porsche into a little bit of room. 1.7. And Leclerc is doing us a favour. 2 seconds now is the gap. As here goes Leclerc on the left-hand side of Norris. Is Leclerc our danger now? I don't know, but he's got 2.5 seconds to find if he wants victory. Now, I am going to push Stroll to see if he can get a fastest lap.
Use energy.
Yeah.
Because the fastest lap is going to Norris on this final one. And it's time to see if we can steal that lap time. Here goes Norris again. What sort of lap time? It's only yellow, 25.8. Don't think I'm going to bother pushing. Tyres are okay anyway. Should be okay to push. 5.1 seconds is the gap as the Ferrari comes back on. What's through the middle? It's a 38.5 for Stroll. Can Stroll sneak? As here comes the Ferrari to get back onto the podium. Norris ahead of Leclerc. That is great for the championship. Stroll. Can he take the fastest lap? No, he can't.
Yeah.
Porsche, though, is going to come home
And it's a win
in
today.
P3.
Lance
What a
Stroll.
race. But Leclerc in the Red Bull is going to only manage P5.
Yeah, you've taken the checkered flag.
Come on. P1, P3 win here. And that is beautiful. We don't get a podium because Theo is on there.
This year's title.
But what a race at the Circuit of the America. It's 2 wins out of 2 on this live stream.
Now, Karun, no doubt there'll
Come
be
on.
for the teams to process after that race. But how do you
And we
think
don't get the podium. So let's skip past. Lando Norris took the fastest lap. Lance Stroll did a 35.5. 25 points for Stroll. And a few points for Porsche. Verstappen coming home in P2. Porsche getting it as well. Hey, Peter, it helps, mate. It helps. Look at that, though. We are extending 131 points now for Max Verstappen and Lance Stroll. Gap, still a bit of a gap, though. 53 points for Theo. In the Constructors, 154 points for us at the moment. We are still grinding Jules. Well, I'll be on Jules after this probably. That's certain. But that's good. That is a solid effort. 702 points for Red Bull in the pit stop challenge. That was a great race though. Look at that. First. Theo got unlucky with the puncture on the last lap, last few corners. Cost him about 3 or 4 points in the end. But in the end, it don't matter because we are taking P1, P3 with Liam Lawson in reserve. Some more coinage in the bank, which is good because we need that. We're right on the limit of the cost cap. I think we will actually break the cost cap, by the way, as Liam Lawson is up to 83. So if we do join this stream again, it will be Mexico, and potentially we could do one day in the week. We'll find out, but Mexico is the next race. In terms of cost cap, we've got 4 million remaining, so we've got to watch what we spend now. But it is pretty damn good. terms of tracks left, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 circuits, including a sprint to go. So 25, 50, 75, 100, and you've got 108 points, I think, can be won. So, am I not already champion? Where's the championship? Surely I'm already champion. I must be champion. If there's only 4 races left, 25 points a race, plus an 8 point for a sprint, Lance Stroll has got to be champion. You can have fastest lap was as well, but we must have done it with Stroll. It hasn't said we have, but I think we're bang there. I mean, we've won 14 races. I mean, what do we expect? But we've got to be bang there. No news in terms of winning, I don't think. I would have thought we would have taken it. But maybe not yet. Maybe I'm getting a bit confused. I don't think I am. There's only 4 races left. 1 sprint weekend. So I think we're there. I think we have won the championship. It's just not allowed or showed us yet. But that is a great time. So Qatar, we won the sprint and we won the race as well with P1 and no podium. Austin, we do manage P1 and P3, which was very, very nice indeed. So hopefully, for those watching, you enjoyed a different type of stream tonight. F1 Manager 23 on what is the month of F1 Manager 24 release. So hope you enjoyed that. It was definitely something very different compared to the old standard F1 Clash that we end up running quite a lot too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. If it wasn't for the sprints not working, we wouldn't have been doing this. So it's been a blast. I've actually quite enjoyed it, and it's been good to get back on this game too. But that's all for me. I am going to leave it there. I'm going to take it easy for, I mean, we've only got a couple of hours left till I'll be hitting the bed, that's for sure. But with that, we're all clear, we're all good. So, yeah, honestly, thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for watching. It's been great. And have a brilliant evening and tomorrow. And we'll see you for the strategy guides on F1 Clash tomorrow. But we'll catch you then. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.